We're back on the Villager Resort Island, and we're going to be working some more on it today. I have a couple of projects that I want to start here today that will be core to the Villager Resort moving forward. So there's two ideas. One of them is technical and one of them is a little bit more buildable, and we're going to start with the buildable one. So I'm hoping to have a giant hotel here on the island. It's going to have a ton of like apartments in it, and then the villagers, as we fill up the island, can live there. But we need to figure out where we want the hotel. But to find the right place, we're going to have to kind of put ourselves in the mind of a hotel owner. Like, what is the best possible place you could put a hotel? I figure by the water, right? That's like the best location because everyone's going to want to go to your hotel if you're right by the water. So this spot's too out of the way. This is like a secret surfer spot. Over here is nice and flat, but it has a view of civilization, which people don't really go to the beach because they want a view of civilization. They go to the beach because they want to see the beach. So this spot is a no-go. This area is kind of swampy. It is flat, which is nice, but there's like a lot of ice, which just kind of kills the whole beach vibe. The mountains aren't going to cut it because they're too far away from the beach. So probably right next to this meeting point is the best place. Right here where we started building this border. If you don't remember, this is it's basically a safety net for the villagers. So if they wander away, they're not going to like get attacked by drowns and stuff. But if we want to put the hotel here, we're going to need to do some terraforming. Probably not a lot because it's already pretty flat here. So we could probably just chop out a lot of this and just open it up, you know? Just really make it feel like the beach is right there. Perfect. Floating mushroom, check. Flat area, check. No. Yeah. I maybe should have finished the border before I opened this up. Hopefully the villagers don't just decide to start wandering off this direction a lot. Okay, so we have a place for the hotel. Let's decide on the shape. I'll just use this to mark it. So, if we're thinking like a hotel, a beach hotel, right? You want a view of the ocean. So to optimize how many rooms have a view of the ocean, then you would probably want like a flat-sided thing. So we could go with like maybe like this is a sort of a mini scale, but like kind of like a half S-shaped one, sort of. Almost like a squished U. And then every room has a view, you know, of the ocean. You know, it's not one of those ones that like is in a circle or something. Step 2 would probably be like, okay, where's the best view? Like this is probably the best, least obstructed view. And in this direction, it's actually kind of decent. So like we could terraform this area and then have the hotel, the actual size hotel, you know, stretch like all the way over here or something. So we could just do like a shape like this. Probably it would extend even over here if we're really making it big. Because I think the main place villagers are going to be living here is in the hotel. And that'll leave space for like where we end up putting their workstations and stuff. But yeah, we'll want this to be pretty large in sort of a bit of imagination. If there's like wind blowing off the ocean and it hits a curved shape, that's probably better than it hitting like an inverted, like if it was like this shape, it like catches the wind in here and then like shoves the wall and boom, breaks something. That doesn't actually physically matter in Minecraft, but you know, it might just make it look that much better. Sort of have it make more sense to our eyes because we're used to the real world. Okay, you're just never gonna believe this. Okay, so I made like a line of about how big I wanted it because I'm trying to like figure out the shape. And I was like, ooh, what if instead of just a straight like squished U, what if we did like a little S? So I started here and I did like just a random pattern. It's like 4 blocks and then 2 and then 1 and it hits the corner and it goes back the other way. So 1, 2, 4. But what's crazy is I was just coming up with that pattern as I was going along. And if I repeat that pattern all the way through, this is the intended block where I wanted to end up. And you'll notice, here's the 1, here's the 2, and here's the 4. I just eyeballed it and almost ended up in the exact spot. So yeah, we'll probably do this shape. Yeah, I don't have enough blocks. This thing's gonna be tall. I mean, you can probably already guess just purely from the size. Like, this is not getting done in one episode. Like, we're scoping this out. We're probably, my guess is we'll be able to make the lobby. And actually, scoping this out will help us figure out where we want the lobby. Now, because it's asymmetrical, which is intentional, I'm thinking the lobby would make the most sense over here. And it would really make the most sense to have the lobby over here because it's like the center, it's the closest to the center of the island. So all of the paths and everything should come right here. Now, we're not making the hotel or the lobby out of sandstone or prismarine. We're going to either use quartz or maybe concrete. For concrete, though, we need sand and gravel, and I don't see any here. Actually, we need more prismarine anyway, so we should probably head back to the main base. So... Oh, man. I thought there was sand in there. Ooh. You know, a thought crossed my mind. We may not actually want white concrete, and we don't even have any to test, because of the whole thing that we were doing the last time. Oh, gravel. We may even want some prismarine, because last time we actually made a thing out of sandstone and warped wood. Because like the straight white didn't actually look that great. We're gonna test it anyway. Oh man. Is this sand? It's impossible to tell sandstone from sand. Okay, so we got sand. We can make some white concrete at least. Lay out the gravel in the sand. And we got some white concrete powder. We'll probably need some of this later. Even if we don't use it in this project, it's fine to just craft a bunch of that. We'll just see how that shakes out. Just turn it into regular concrete real fast. Ooh, almost forgot to grab the quartz. Okay, now we have everything. I got some glass as well. Because my initial plan was to go with a white base and like blue glass. So for the lobby, the basic idea would be something a little bit like this. It'd probably be glass panes, but something kind of like this. I definitely like the white and blue combo. And the quartz actually shares a lot of... Why is it so similar to this gray? Huh. I think that helps it. You know, we'd probably want smooth quartz too, so we don't have those tiled lines. All right, let's try the concrete. Gotta know which one of these looks better. We don't want to start building the entire hotel or even just the lobby and be like, oh no, we messed up with the block choices. How does that like almost look more blue? I don't think the... I don't like this as much. And we made like 2 stacks of it. Oh boy. That's okay. Like I said, we'll probably use it elsewhere. Now, optionally, we could kind of go with this color scheme. This is what I was referring to with the sandstone and the wood. Because the straight like white, well, actually, I think these poles were like too thin and there was no like stark white. So maybe the stark whiteness would be all right. It is kind of looking like the quartz is the best though. You wanna know what's crazy? Have a bit of a confession. I don't think I've ever made smooth quartz. Here we go. I know how to make it, but I don't think I've ever actually made any. Kind of crazy. What? Well, I truly didn't think I had made any, but here we are. Dude, this almost looks blue. That must be why it doesn't look right. That's so weird. Look how blue that looks. That's just weird. All right, how's the smooth quartz looking? I almost think I prefer the regular quartz. Although these kind of smooth lines might look really good. It kind of looks beachy. You know? Like a wave. It also kind of matches better with the stems. So the stems don't look out of place and this doesn't look out of place. I'm thinking smooth quartz is the way to go. Let's take a look at these other colors. Man, we're really going through like all the possibilities here. Ooh, that's very dark, very serious. I think cyan is the best. It must be, wait. Yeah, that's probably why. Look, if we put these other colors next to it, very different colors. This one I think is too pale. It actually kind of blends in a little bit. But this has like almost a green tinge to it, which is what we're going for here. We want that kind of blue-green, like amazing water look, you know? I do like this deep blue like color, but I think it doesn't really work in this setting. So we'll go with the cyan glass and the smooth quartz. Well, now we really have a problem because we don't have very much quartz. It's a stack and a half. We are going to need absolutely huge amounts of it. In fact, I don't know that we have enough to finish the lobby. Oh no. Well, this is another reason that we went through and tested all the colors and the things, because we need to know what to collect a lot of. There's no point in collecting a ton of sand if we're just going to use quartz. So I guess that's the next thing to do. Oh, there's some quartz in this tunnel. Better snag it. You know, I actually might have a ton of quartz ore at home. I feel like I haven't mined it for some reason. Wait, you can get quartz from piglins, right? Oh my goodness, this guy's gonna kill me. We'll find more. Dude, if this farm hadn't been so wrecked, we could have been getting like a bunch of quartz. I wonder if there's some in here. Yeah. What do we got? Stack and 16. That is not very much. Oh, I forgot they changed the color on the potions. And they removed the enchant glow. That is better, but kind of weird to get used to. Oh, hey, there's gravel in here. All right. Hey, look at that. I've been saving these for no apparent reason. Probably because I was too lazy to open them. All right. Time to break into this quartz. Okay, that should be all of it. And hopefully we get enough to at least like finish the lobby. All right, what did we get? What did we get? So we had like 2.5 stacks of quartz, and now we have 6 or 5.5. Actually, wait, let's just turn it into blocks. See how many blocks we got. So we had 2.5 stacks of ore, and we got about 1.5 stacks of quartz. Uh-oh. Now I remember why I don't really make anything with quartz. This is like the only thing I've made. I hope there's some quartz left. Man, I just love how quartz looks, but it's a little rough to get. In the future, we might need to make that piglin farm that I was mentioning. All right, let's get to building and see how far we can get with what we have. I'll go get more quartz if we need it. Hopefully we don't. The lobby's not going to be that huge. So you'll notice over here, we have it raised up. So I'm raising this area just a little bit over here, and we'll kind of mimic that drop down. But this should get us started. So let's see what happens when we just copy this pattern on the ground. If we're lucky, we might not need to do anything else. Oh, we are going to need to get rid of this mushroom. And these workbenches. Those were only temporary anyway. Oh, you know, that reminds me. So one of the functional things we're going to be doing with this lobby is we're actually going to put some workstations in it. So we're going to make like a front desk in here. And the idea would be if we have one of these guys' workstations, then he will kind of man the front desk, you know? And some of the other villagers will probably come say hi to him. And so we'll get this sort of like thing that looks a lot like a hotel and a clerk and people checking in for rooms and all that kind of stuff. So I think that could look really cool. All right, so this is going to be like the kind of the side or the front. So let's try and make a curve here. I think a curve will probably go decent with the rest of it. Actually, why don't we just repeat this pattern if we can. Hi, you're in the way. Oh, wait a second. That goes in front of this, which is probably going to be a pathway. So maybe we should curve it the other way. That makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, that's got like a pretty solid swoop to it. It's like gentle, sudden, gentle, sudden. Like it's got a pretty decent like rhythm going there. I'm gonna have to remember this pattern, this 4-2-1. It seems to be good. Like it seems to line up well. At least with this project anyway. All right, so we can pop in a door somewhere here, wherever we want in the future. But this gives us a sense for how big the room is going to be. This is a decent sized lobby. We don't need like a huge lobby or something crazy. We just need something big enough to see villagers moving around. And actually, we might want additional like clerks. And then we need to figure out where we want the desk, because the door is probably going to be either on this side or on this side. So we walk into it somehow like this. Does that make the most sense as a desk area? We could maybe even make it a little bit bigger, like have it come out to here-ish, you know? Actually, maybe the desk should be swooped too. We're just gonna use this 4-2-1 pattern like over and over and over again. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. So we'll share the 1 from here, 2, 4. This is not all going to be mountain, by the way. We'll definitely cut out some of it because the entire hotel will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 blocks deep. 10? I don't know. That doesn't sound great. But anyway, well, it's 10 plus this edge, so it's 11 total. So it'll be 11 blocks deep, and then that will kind of extend the whole way through. So we'll dig out more of this. But right now, just trying to get a sense of like where should the desk go. And I think that's a decent place for it to go because there should be like a way to like walk back there. Maybe there's a staircase that goes up to some of the other rooms and stuff. So we could put the oops. We could have like one clerk desk thing here, one here, and then move this one. Something like that. It kind of looks like a bank with all of them separate, but anyway, we can move the lecterns around as we need. Ooh, let's make some glass panes. I think that the glass blocks were kind of not cutting it, but I think panes, it'll make our glass go a little bit further as well. Hopefully it looks all right. Let's just give it a bit of a test. Oh, what are we doing about corners? Yeah, because little poles of glass are not going to cut it. I feel like we shouldn't go to the inside because that'll cramp space more. But if we go to the outside, then we don't get that cool like transition. It just looks like a square, you know? We lose some of that swoop. That probably makes more sense. Then like it starts getting really cramped. It's all right, I guess. Let's see how the panes look. Oh, they need something on top. Do something like that. So there's like a pretty big window. Of course, the iron golem would be standing. Oh. So we're going to have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. And that is the mimicking right there. And then we're going to continue the pattern the whole way through. But it's going to make it so it's a little bit offset. So it should look asymmetrically interesting. And we'll get a flat side here, which is probably where we'll put the door. We'll probably put it here. We have to make sure and put wooden doors because villagers, they can't open the other kind. But now when you come in the doors, oh, look at that. Right there. We have the clerk stand with no clerks. We may have to do some clever things. You know, we could put a meeting point. Okay, so these bells, these are meeting points. The villagers save them, and they tend to gather nearish to them. So if we have more bells, which it doesn't appear that we do, we could maybe put those back behind the clerk location. So they're like, you know, kind of hanging out in this area. And then, you know, they'll come and work on their station and it'll kind of look like they're doing whatever job they have to do. I also want to put like some beds or something in the back. Not super, like, well, I don't know how we're going to hide these though. But the idea would be that, oh, hey, they're all here now. Maybe the bed is the trick. The idea is if we have like a couple of like caretaker beds back here, then they'll generally stick around here too. Kind of the same concept as the meeting point. All right, so let's give the floor a shot here. I'm gonna try first making it regular tiled quartz, because I'm assuming the tiles are gonna look better on the floor than they would on the wall. Oh no. Oh, did I not have food or something? Oh, I'm all the way back. Oh no, no, the iron golems are mad at me. Okay, got everything back. This tiled floor is extremely boring, I'm noticing. So we're gonna need some design. Easy way to experiment is we just play with the negative space. That sounds a lot smarter than it actually is. But if we just do like break a block here, break 2 here, break like 4 here, then we have kind of the swoop. Okay, I'm not liking them this way. So let's try them perpendicular to that. This isn't too bad. We have them like 3, like this one ends here. So 1, 2, 3, and then another one. 1, 2, 3, and then another one. And then the pattern just continues. So you get this kind of like swooping, and it actually almost looks like waves too, which I think will look awesome. I think we'll go with this. Yeah, look at that refreshing blue and white. That looks pretty good. We could maybe put smooth quartz in between here just to have some additional variation between like tiles, smooth, and then more tiles. You know, it actually kind of looks like sand. So it might make sense to put it in this section as though you're like walking through the ocean and then you get to the shore. Okay. I can't be the only one. That looks kind of good, right? Ignore the tiled stuff there, but like it's like there's like rigid structure, you know, tiles, hard borders, and then you like get past this point, it's like, ah, freedom, time to relax. Hello, book me a room at this mushroom resort. Like I'm not crazy, right? You see that. That sort of instinctive, intuitive thing that's happening there. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep that. I like that. Can you even make smooth slabs? Oh, okay. That will save us an additional bit of quartz. Man, we gotta, we're like pulling it, grasping at every straw that's available. It's a little rough. I'm gonna need like to make a quartz farm in a future episode or something. Okay, I think the last thing we're gonna do this episode is set up the caretaker office or manager office or whatever. I mean, they're living here, so it's kind of like a caretaker office, but like they're the clerks, like they're the managers. So, ooh, look at the shape from far away. Looks cool. It's like a shark fin. Okay, so I got 3 beds. I just picked a bed up from that close village over there. They're all the same color. One for each manager, or maybe it's a family-run business for a $30 million hotel. I don't know. Anyway, we can give them some dividers. Oh wait, that looks way too crowded. I want it to look at least a little plausible. This doesn't really look plausible. Maybe we can do something like this, like that, because we wouldn't want the bed to be on the wall that's shared with like where everything is happening. And then maybe the other bed could be over here. That's also kind of awkward. I mean, we could do this. Then it's like you go into your little cubicle. Cubicle room. It kind of makes sense. And then we can have whatever their office stuff is over here. Maybe some shelves or something like that. The wandering trader is checking out the living situation. He's like, nope, too cramped. I prefer freedom and open spaces. Oh, he abandoned a llama. Hurry after him, llama. I've just realized that we're going to need smooth quartz for all of the walls, which I don't know that we can do right now. So I just counted, and if we fill in the walls, we need 23 smooth quartz. That's like the bare minimum to finish. So what? We got 16 and 8 for 24. Oh, so we'll have one extra. Okay. Oh, there's a bell over here. We could use that. We could pop the bell like just right here, maybe? Or we could put it like on the table. Like here. So it's like one of those bells that you walk up and you ring and then they come to the counter kind of thing. That might work. And then that way there will be a meeting place here. And so they'll gather like, you know, these ones will gather here and the other ones will gather here. And then there will be a nice like visual effect there. I hope that smooth quartz is done because this episode is running out of steam. Or I'm running out of steam. This episode is running out of time. Man, there's stray cats everywhere. I kind of like that villages can spawn cats. It makes a project like this a little bit easier because there's things that make it feel more alive that, you know, I don't really have to do anything. It just happens. Like the golems, the cats. We don't have enough smooth quartz to put a roof on the place, but we do have enough to finish the walls. So there's a little office area here. This is probably the best room, most space. And there's two other ones for the caretaker manager guys here. We actually kind of lucked out. Like the looting 3 guy is gonna hang out here, and the sharpness 5 guy. And then there's a little noob who has Curse of Vanishing. I might need to refresh his trades or something. But yeah, there we go. We've started on the hotel, which is hopefully where the villagers are going to be living long term. We spent a lot of time trying to design how it's going to look, and I think that's going to pay off as we get further into the project. But yeah, it should all be worth it. It was fun to make anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed. That is going to do it from me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later, later.